Boom. So we're live. Let me see. So I'm sorry I got helmet hair here. I rode my bike downtown, but while I'm waiting for people to pop up in stream, I'm gonna try to get everything set up so I can see your guys' comments. So I think if you guys comment, I will see it. Let me see. Well, anyhow, right now it has 0 people, so I'm just gonna keep kind of talking here. I hope everything works out where everybody gets notified and everything. In the meantime, if anyone new happens to pop into the stream, my name is Lee. I'm sorry I look so crazy right now. Yeah, I used to be homeless, and what I'm going to do today is go around and talk to a few homeless people and give out a few thermal shirts because it's a bit chilly. Me, I'm wearing my t-shirt, but I'm sure I'll get cold later because it is a pretty chilly night. So, with all that being said, I guess I'll start wandering on my way, take a look around, see what I can see. I'm using completely new software, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. So go ahead and let me know if it's any better, if it's any worse. But let's get a move on. So we're here downtown. Ooh, that frame rate looks janky. What's up, Norgy Pop? Norge Pop. So yeah, this is Stream Elements, not old Streamlabs. So things are going to be a bit different. I don't know if I'm going to see my normal alerts. I tried to set it up, but this is like beta software that I'm using. So I'm not sure if you guys are going to see the preview. I'll hit the preview button. Boom. Okay. So I didn't change the default title that I have because it's all still true. I'm giving out the shirts. I got 5 people. Okay. So the chat is tiny again, and there's no way for me to change it because this is a completely different app. Also, I don't have access to my wide-angle lenses. Let me show you. So I have this or that, and that's it. And for me, on my view, I'm seeing a giant chat window here. Hopefully you guys aren't seeing it. If you are, let me know and I'll try to switch things around. Let's go and take a look. I'm just gonna go up Powell Street and try to see if I can find, because I've been wanting for a long time to give Alex a thermal shirt. You know, last time I saw him, he was sitting there shivering, and that's not something I want to see. So I had to start the stream a little bit late. Well, I was going to do it yesterday, but there's all kinds of technical issues, so I didn't want to do it too late because I know some of you guys are on the East Coast. Then today I had to go to the police station, so I was a little bit late again, but fortunately only 10 minutes. So let's see. From SF to TX. Hey, Lee, can't really stay, but wanted to say hello. Hello. Yeah, what's up? Thank you for stopping by in the stream. Let's see if we can give something. Yeah, Sunday's harder for people. You know, because you guys gotta go to work. But yeah, I didn't want to delay it to today. I'll try to do it Saturday. Last night, I met up with old Carlos. Let's see. Did you get a haircut? No. I have helmet hair actually. My helmet was pressing everything down. This time though, I just swept my hair back before mashing it on instead of having it forward, making it look even worse. But no, I didn't go for my semi-monthly shearing. I don't know, maybe even semi-annual. So I'm just looking for all the usual spots that I saw Alex at to try to see if I could see him. I can't see him yet. Let me flip the camera around. It's not as quick and easy as with the other one, and I don't have access to the wide angle camera. Yeah, so I saw Carlos last night. You know, I wanted to drop off a little something for him and his bike, and I've been wanting to drop it off for a long time now, and just haven't been able to. And so I kind of just insisted and went over and saw him, and we ended up like riding our bike like for like 5 hours. We were riding our bikes pretty much from 7 till midnight, and it was pretty fun. It was pretty awesome. I mean, you know, at those time periods where we were, it was basically vacant, you know. We started off by climbing some crazy hills and just bombing back down. It was pretty awesome. But who knows? I heard rumblings that he may make a surprise appearance during this stream. So on here, all right, I gotta get used to this software. I'm just continuing to go up Powell Street, looking for familiar faces. I'm getting kind of close to where I was kind of accosted by that Australian woman about the homeless guy with a one-eyed dog. So maybe I'll cross the street. No, you know, I'll just go up here. Let me flip that around for you. Oh, it didn't flip. Oh shit. Uh-oh. Danger. What does it say now? I'm gonna have to turn off my gimbal and turn it back on again. Sorry about that. Hopefully everything's working and the chat's still connected. The last comment I see is, did you get a haircut? There we go. So we're actually approaching Union Square again. Chances are we won't see Alex here, but I don't know. I mean, you never know what you're gonna see. Do you know somebody named Alex? Alex normally stays around here? Yeah, he's like... You haven't seen him? I've been looking for him for a long time. Oh, really? Where's the last place you saw him? Right over there, huh? Oh, he does? Yeah, oh, that's right. I seen him over there getting his fix over there. Yeah. All right, thank you, buddy. Are you ready for World War III? I don't like war. I hate war. But yeah, even I, who probably gets less news than anybody, I heard about how there was an attack, a surgical strike on a commander over in Iran. He thought he was subtle. I thought that was Carlos, actually. But Yeah, pretty crazy. I mean, it's been boiling over for a long time over there. I mean, those sanctions have been really crushing their economy. They had to double the price of gasoline. People started protesting out in the streets. They were suppressed quite violently. But at the same time, the government doesn't want to just tell people that it's because of the sanctions that they don't have access to proper technology to have competitive gasoline prices. But I mean, that happens, and at the same time, I think that they were responsible for some attacks, or it's alleged that they're responsible for some attacks on some gas lines, and what else? Oh, there was those mines that were blowing up Saudi, and actually I think there were like Singaporean tankers that were holding Saudi and United Arab Emirate oil, right? Is that right? Like I said, I'm pretty ignorant on these issues. But yeah. So, no, I'm not ready for war. And if war were to happen, I certainly wouldn't want to be on the coast. What's going on here? I got some kind of notification. Oh shit, no, why? Oh man. Hold on. Okay, the gimbal is just going crazy. Hold on. Oh no. He's out. Wow. It's Discord telling everyone you're live. Oh, thanks Discord. Right on time. There goes the gimbal. Yeah, buddy. Our TV doesn't want to cast you. I don't know. I mean, I am using new software, so that's probably why. I don't know what it is. I mean, the frame rate looked pretty low from what I see. Maybe it's different for you guys. But have you been able to? You've been able to cast on Twitch before? One thing that I'm also not sure about on this new software is I am not sure whether or not I will be able to see notifications. I could preview them. I always did before. Yeah, I have. So it's kind of complicated. I wasn't gonna go into it, but I have this software that I had been using called Streamlabs, and it was cool. It's a free software. People were able to donate, and that money would go straight to me. And every time they would, there would be boom. I could put a custom emblem, and they could have a message, and it would be read out loud, and it was all good. And then every time somebody donated some bits, every time somebody super chatted, every time somebody subscribed or followed or resubscribed, it would pop up with something and have a little bit of a noise. Then so they were a free software that just relied on donations to exist, but then they sold themselves. They sold themselves to Logitech for something like $68 million. And so they got to recoup on that. So then they went from being a free software to being a software that needs a subscription of like $24 a month to use. Otherwise, they have a big watermark. Maybe it's on that side for you guys. I mean, on top of that, it broke everything I already had, so everything was kind of thrown off to the side. So I used an old version of the software for one stream, and that worked. And then there was a new Android update, Android 10, and that broke compatibility with that. So yeah, I tried to find something that was somewhat similar, and here I am on Streamlabs. So I know it's long and complicated, but here we are. So that is why the software is different. That's why things look different. That's why maybe you guys can't cast any longer. And I don't know whether or not I'll get notifications if anyone donates. I have a little preview button. Might look something like that if you guys see. But I don't know if you guys are even seeing when I hit the preview. So I'm actually wandering into the Tenderloin, which is never really the brightest of ideas, but I just want to see Alex if I can. Let me show you guys where I'm at. Heard it only, okay. Oh, see, and I have to whack on the screen to get it to flip camera. There we go. To get it to flip cameras, but doing that causes the gimbal to malfunction. Lee, does the Carlos Scream work on Twitch? So the Carlos Scream, it's something that I had made custom, and actually never got triggered on stream. So it's a I might as well spill the secret. The Carlos Scream is a special notification that would happen anytime somebody would donate $20 or more. But only specifically through Streamlabs. It couldn't be through bits or through Super Chat. So it never ended up getting triggered. The problem now, I'm using this, so I was able to, since it was custom, I was able to bring it over into this other software. The problem is I'm using a beta mobile version. If I was at home on desktop, I'd be able to do it no problem. Is this gonna try to run me over? No, okay, good. Wow, this does not seem like a good idea today. Sorry, Alex, buddy. Gotta go. Let me just walk over this way so I don't look too suspicious. There's a lot of stuff going on tonight, so I'm just gonna act as if I wanted to go this way. So where should I go? I could go south of Market, I could go up towards the pier, or I could go somewhere else if you guys are choosing. Into the TL. Oh, into the TL. Why do I have to go into the TL, Carlos? That's no bueno. Hey, look, there's the Salesforce Tower. You know what's crazy? Oh, I was over at Carlos's place in the Mission, and you could see the Salesforce Tower. No! Alright, I won't go into the TL. No bueno, buddy. Yeah, no bueno. Yeah, I knew I didn't show you guys everything that I was seeing, but it was packed. It was packed every which way with people. I mean, somebody saw I was clearly streaming. He was like, "How you doing?" You know, he was already. Oh man, actually, so I rode my bike here. And this part of the street was shut down. Was it here or was it? I think it was over here. Maybe it was up a block. And there's people selling, trading needles. It was crazy. It was ridiculous. You have, like, you know, city workers right there on the street with the street shut down and people right next to them. selling dope or meth, you know, or fentanyl, something along those lines. But yeah, they're trading back and forth vials and needles. Meanwhile, we had well, let's see if we have SF Mobile Command 3 and an unmarked SUV. You always have police chilling, just chilling here. They could just go around the corner and fill their quota, no problem. So let me see where I'm going off to. Did I see Ty? No, I didn't. I was looking for Ty before. I didn't see him. Here most homeless are in campers, like in camper vans, in tents. Yeah. There was a guy there with one eye who was kind of glaring at me over my shoulder over there. In rear RWC. I don't know what RWC is. Hello Lee and everyone in the chat. Cat Juarez, what's going on? Let's see. Man, yeah, I had such a crazy adventure with Carlos yesterday. We were over at City College and like no one was, it was nothing at all. And I mean, we were just riding everywhere. We went all throughout the college trying to find a water fountain. Oh, damn, I just saw a rat. Oh, there's another one. Hold on. See right there? You got a ratus. No, not really. You got a brown rat. It's probably a Norway rat. Anyhow, I think they're invasive. But it just went right over that way. Brown rat, what could that be? A Norway rat, swamp rat, brown rat. Anyhow, these things right here. Is that a rat? Anyhow, these things, they just house rats. I've never seen people selling newspapers out of there. And I just see rats going in and out. So there's people doing stuff right over there. Prepping a needle or something. Somebody right over there. Wait, hold on. Me and NJ are in Seattle, actually. Oh, I was just gonna ask you. Oh, sorry.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you? Me and NJ are in Seattle. What are you doing in Seattle? That sounds like fun. Yeah. My cousin lives over there. I'm sure Julietta can tell you, that's her daughter. I think last I remember, she was working with immigrants over there. So where to? Mission is kind of a sketchy area. stick there. What, really? That's awesome. Dude, the video is mirror image, so words are up here backwards. Wow. That's got to be fixed. Okay. Hold on. Let me try to fix that for you guys. But it's gonna ruin it for me. Features. Turn off the mirror. Okay. Whoa. So I gotta go opposite of my instincts. So now it's not mirror, everything looks wrong for me and it should look right for you guys. I'm just gonna be, whoa, going up over this a ways. Fixed, yeah. Bingo. So if you see me going off center and I go further off center, it's because I'm actually trying to get back in the middle. And yep. So like I said, it's beta software, so they gotta fix things. And anybody who's new who might have popped into the stream, the stream might be a little bit slow, I'm sorry. Because I only have a few of those thermal shirts. I think I'll go back and help that guy who gave me some info, because that was pretty cool. I'm gonna go down an alleyway where I might be able to find people who might need some shirts. I've heard legally, now I don't know how true this is, I've heard that anywhere that there's a curb, that is a walkway, and that pedestrians have the right of way, but I don't know if that's true, first of all, and I don't know how much that means when you're trying to cross the street and you get ran the hell over. Wow, that is a shady, shady area. Okay, so this is normal for me, so I'm gonna have to switch back and forth. Oh, nice and warm. If I was homeless, I would probably go someplace like this. True, but no one will honor it. Yeah. It doesn't really matter when you get ran the hell over. I mean, unless you survive and you can make it to court. So they're doing some construction over here. Let's go Giants. Hey, you know what's interesting here? Every time they tear down a building, you get a brief little glimpse at the things that existed before the buildings were nestled side by side, where not even a piece of paper can slip through. So who knows how old that Let's Go Giants not painting, but that little area has been hidden. Wow. So I don't know exactly where I am, but I've never been here before. Or at least it doesn't look familiar to me. So for the time being, I'll flip this back on my own self in case there's any incident. Sometimes you see ads from the 1800s. Man, it's crazy. Imagine having or living in one of these buildings and you have a building erected right next to you. I mean, like right over here behind me, there's an empty lot. Let's say you had a window where you actually could see a little bit, you know, like up over yonder. And then it's not reversed anymore. I mean, it's reversed again for you guys. But anyhow, you got like a window you could see a little bit, and then they build a building right there. So now you have no window anymore, or you're looking straight into somebody else's house or room or apartment or hotel. I guess every time I switch it back, I'm gonna have to manually turn off mirror mode. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, there we go. So, I guess it's a bit of a cold night. You might not see as many people out. I'm gonna go back and that guy who gave me some info, I'll go give him one of those thermal shirts, because that was cool of him. And you know, he's out there on the streets. Let me ask him if he stays outside. Imagine you had an amazing view and then they build a building to cover it up. Yeah, I mean, I've been in, I was inside of a really, really sketchy hotel in the Tenderloin here in San Francisco. And legally, every room has to have a window or it's not a room. So we had a window that so there was the tiniest courtyard in the world. You look out the window, you're looking right into somebody else's window. But yeah, that place was shady. They had there's an Indian guy who was running it. You had to leave your ID there if you were gonna go visit someone else. He was like behind plexiglass with bars all on it. You went over there into your room. There was lipstick written on the wall. There was you saw a little hole, like a rat hole, and instead of a trap or something around there, there's a little dish with food there for it. Let's see. Free confetti. How come you're not on YouTube? So the reason why I'm not on YouTube, I had started out on YouTube, and I have I'm approaching 23,000 subscribers over there. But the reason why I'm not there anymore, or not at least with the live streams, is because they've been targeting me. What I feel is unfair. They've been suppressing my views. They've been, my own subscribers don't get notified when I upload stuff. I get flagged for stuff that's years old, for things that I don't agree with. They say that I am promoting dangerous activity when I talk about people doing stuff out here on the streets. I've seen and shown stuff like, people just openly using out here on the street in the broad daylight, and got in trouble for it. Nearly got my whole channel deleted. So now, every time I make a video, it immediately gets flagged as unsuitable for advertisers, immediately gets suppressed. Used to be, every time I upload a video, within a day, if it was a good video, it'd get 1,000 views. Nowadays, I'm putting out what I consider to be much stronger content, much longer, like those highlights, I think the last I checked, had less than 400 views for a couple weeks. And so it's known that they, instead of having organic discovery, if you look at my YouTube channel, all of my recent videos have over 90% thumbs up rates. You know, maybe at worst it'd be like 89%. So the vast majority of people actually like it enough to give it a thumbs up. Yet they're not recommending it to other people. And if you watch some of my videos, you may find that your recommendation feed, instead of being other videos for me, which would make sense, it'll be shut up! Stupid ass bitch! But instead of being other videos for me, it would be whoop. Hold on. See, this is what I'm talking about with the mirror mode. It would be videos of like nighttime television, you know, hip-hop music videos, just huge corporate videos that had nothing to do with why you were interested in. Whoop. Oh, damn it. Where is it? Right over there. So, you know, I'd have videos of people just yelling and screaming out in the street, and I'd be subtly recording and make a video about somebody who was obviously having a psychotic episode out on the street, and that video would be deleted, and I would be flagged for harassment or bullying, you know. So that's how it goes. That's why I'm over here on Twitch, and so far I haven't had any problems with Twitch except for except for trolls and except for being a nobody. So that is why I'm not really on YouTube. YouTube is very guilty of violating the First Amendment. They suppress the views of any kind that is a major news source. They suppress LGBT creators. YouTube is silencing. Yeah, YouTube. That's the crazy thing. You know, it's really crazy. Everything's kind of completely changed. But YouTube, I mean, it's owned by Google, and Google has a long history of suppressing opinions that they don't agree with. They actually were taken into court for their web search, for Google search, because they were hiding their competitors. They would like bury their results in the search, and they were taken to court saying like, hey, this is unfair, that they're filtering and changing the search. They were able to go into court and argue that that is their freedom of speech, that by filtering the results, they're expressing their own freedom of speech, and they were approved. So I think the crazy thing is because YouTube owns the platform, YouTube can say, if they're challenged in court, that they are expressing their freedom of speech by suppressing the freedom of speech of others. It's pretty crazy, and I don't think that. I think the problem is that corporations get the rights of people. I think freedom of speech is the right of an individual, and not the right of a giant international corporation. But that's the world we live in right now, and who has the money? So, Tony Schiano, what's going on? All right, so I am now I'm going back. What's up? I see your little icon. I still get to see those little things. So Yeah, the notification I was talking about earlier would have been little Carlos scream, except for full screen and him actually screaming, but I don't think that's gonna work anymore. Pedro was able to okay, so now you're able to do it. YouTube trolls stay in the comment section because trolls views equal more ad views. They are taking money over safety and creative. No, so I actually prefer the comment section over in YouTube. I very rarely get.
Stupid motherfucker! Now I have to restart the video.
Okay. Anyhow, I was surprised. I really expected there to be a lot of trolls over on YouTube, but that wasn't the case. Whoop! I was trying to get in the center. It's actually on Twitch where I've had the most problems with that, and I think it's just a different audience.
Yeah, I'm the information man. What are you trying to do right now?
What's going on? What's your name?
My name is Rock.
Oh, sorry.
I'm the information man. Channel 7 called me the best homeless guy in the city.
I was on Channel 7 too.
Yeah, that's what they call me, the best homeless guy in the city. This is what I do every day. But they got a law here called the grandfather law. You're a senior citizen, they can't raise the rent.
Okay.
Like if you come to my hotel, it's $100 a day. I only pay $29. Continental breakfast, cable TV, 65-inch television. They can't stand it, but they can't do nothing about it.
Well, then you're not homeless then, right?
If I don't make my $29,
oh, there you go.
yeah, because they don't take no breaks from me.
Yeah.
Because they're building a hotel through the plane.
Yeah.
They're building a hotel and condos there. And we're right
You live right over here?
on Turk Street.
Oh, I used to live on Turk Street too.
Yeah. So, you know, they want us out. They offered us $5 million already, $5,000 each to move. I said
No way.
I did $25,000. or find us another low-income place and $15,000. Then we'll move. Other than that, ain't nothing happening.
Yeah. You on SSI?
I did SSA.
No,
On the
SSA.
third, yeah.
Okay. But what's SSA?
SSA, that's for when you're over 65.
Oh, I got you.
I'm 74 this month.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
You don't look it.
Well, great black
Oh,
don't crack.
that's right.
Yeah, so you know, this is what I do every day. It's still today, I still need 12 more. Because I was
You
over
weren't the
yesterday.
one hitting those paint cans.
No, that's called a bucket man.
Yeah, bucket man. There you go.
Yeah, that's a bucket man doing that. So what are you doing right now?
Well, you know what? I used to be homeless. I'm going around talking to people who were homeless or who are homeless about what's going on with them.
Yeah,
You know?
well, see, this is what I do because as long as I'm walking and breathing, I can come out and earn mine. And tourists, they need help.
Yeah.
They don't need to go down the Tenderloin in certain spots because they're moving it there, cleaning up the Tenderloin. But
Oh,
if
they've
you're a
been
tourist,
moving real slow.
yeah, but see, going down Market Street, strip clubs and the drugs,
Yeah.
down here,
You don't want to go there for sure.
no, just as far as you go to Mason Street.
Yeah.
So they got the bars on Mason, don't nothing happen. But on the other side of Mason, you just don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I tell them where their hotels is and everything.
Yeah.
You know, make my 29 every day, get my
There you
room.
go.
You know what I mean?
You probably make more than 29. You probably do
No,
pretty well for yourself.
As soon as I get my 29, sometimes I say I'll make 30, 35, 40. Then I go back. Let the other guys do it. The other guys, they got
Yeah.
problems, you know what I mean? Because I just need enough to survive.
How long you been here in the city?
Believe it or not, 15 years.
15 years? Oh, where are you from?
Philadelphia.
Oh, okay. So what brought you out here?
Get away from the kids,
From the kids?
from the children. Yeah, when you got 3 daughters and 3 sons at top, they run your life. So my wife and I tore up the corn. Corpus Christi or San Francisco.
Yeah.
Came up to jail, San Francisco. We moved here, and I lost a son at the Pentagon on 9/11, and my wife died from a broken heart.
Yeah.
And I lived on the street up there in a box for like
You
3
was in
years.
the Pentagon?
Yeah,
Wow, crazy.
yeah. And guess what? My daughter worked right on top of him in the Pentagon.
And she survived.
She didn't go to work that day.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you know, I was over inside of a homeless shelter, the Lark Inn. It's for youth,
Yeah.
up to 24. So I was raised in the foster care system, and after I had turned 18, they dropped me off out there. And one of the kids in there was orphaned because his parents both worked in the World Trade Center, and they were hit by the plane.
Yeah, yeah. That's something else. But the worst thing about it is not knowing, because they didn't know whether he had died for like 2 days.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
and not knowing. The worst thing is when your children leave before you.
And they were finding people for a while afterwards.
Yeah, they didn't find him. But he was at the Pentagon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was just as bad. You know what I mean? But reason for everything. He came to me in a dream.
Oh,
Dad, I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that made me feel better.
Yeah, that's crazy when you have a dream. You know?
Yeah.
You would think you'd be sad, but that's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, you know, it's a vision. You know what I mean? That dream ain't nothing but a vision.
Yeah.
You know, it's great. When he came here, it changed my whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
So was it? Where was he? Was he your oldest, youngest?
You know, he was my third son.
Third son. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
So,
Too bad.
you know, make it so deep was he got killed on 9/11. His birthday was 9/13. He was getting discharged on the 15th,
Oh man.
and 30 days after that, he was supposed to start the CIA.
Wow.
You
Yeah,
know what I
that's
mean?
crazy.
But that just shows you the reason for everything.
You know, there was a guy, this is one of the craziest stories from 9/11. So there was a guy who was cheating on his wife. He was sleeping with somebody. He was supposed to be at work. He got a call from his wife. Oh my God, what's going on? How are you? Like, well, what's like, I'm like, you know, and he was like, what, it's fine, no problem. He was waking up in the bedroom, and like the trade, so the whole trade center fell down where he was supposed to be at. He was supposed to be right at the floor that was hit, and his wife ended up divorcing him. And I thought that's a
But you
crazy
know what?
flip.
That shows you the reason for everything.
Yeah.
If he hadn't cheated,
Exactly, that's the weird part, right? Because there's no way that he's staying with her regardless. He's either gonna die or he's gonna.
but you only die
she's
when your
gonna
time
divorce
is up.
him. Yeah,
The day you die was written the day you were born.
yeah,
And you just don't know when that is. So all you got to do is learn to accept it, that it has to happen. Eventually it's going to happen.
yeah.
And that's when, after my son talked to me, that's when it ticked on me. It's a shame that it took me so many years to understand that, but once you understand that, it changes your whole life.
Yeah.
When you got that feeling, when you know you're going to go, you don't have to worry about nothing.
So how long? Oh, so your wife is with you here inside in the hotel?
No, not now. She passed away.
Oh, that's right. You just said that she
Yeah,
got a
she
broken.
passed away.
So how
But
long?
Now, like, believe it or not, a woman stalked me. And we've been together now 10 years from March.
Oh, yeah, at least you know she's into you, right?
Yeah, and she sleeps on my chest every night. Her mother's
okay.
Portuguese. Her mother was Portuguese. Her father was Filipino. Same age as me. Oh, I'm 5 months older.
Okay.
You know what I mean? She'll be 74 on May 11th.
Okay.
But the best thing that happened to me, I've been blessed.
Yeah.
I've been blessed. So I just come out here. They do this every day.
Sure.
Some people tip me, some don't. But I don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You get what you deserve in this world and in the next. You don't worry about nothing. I don't worry about nothing.
I know you seem to me like somebody who's in there pretty good lumps out every day. I feel like you
If I wanted to get
you have
out
the
here,
gift of gab.
if I wanted to get out here and do this every day, say like 8 hours, it'd be like a job. You know what I mean? And I don't need it. The world need it. You know what I mean? They got staying there, they got all the places to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The first of the month, first Friday every month, I go to Uncle Crowd Street and get the box of food and juice and everything. They
sure.
can give out to senior citizens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get that. You don't have to worry about nothing. You got all the places where you get food.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So, you know, just what I need.
So you
you
set
know,
up.
when you get old, you know what I mean? You find out you don't have to, all that hustle and bustle ain't necessary.
Is it sketchy in the hotel?
Not where I live at.
Okay.
You know, not where, you don't have no problems like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I said, because they right across from where, you know, back in the day it was. You know what I mean? I've been there like almost 10 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, now, no problems like that.
So what about the police?
Just most of them all know me.
Oh, okay, sure.
Most of them all know me because they know me every day. Like
So they must come to you, be like, hey, you see this or that guy?
Yeah, sometimes they do.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, sometimes they do.
I've seen that happen before. I've seen Larry the drummer, you know him?
Yeah.
Somebody started messing with Larry. The cops rolled up backwards in a pickup truck and jumped out with a shotgun.
That's a pellet gun they have.
Oh, okay.
Those are pellets. They're not bullets.
Oh, okay.
They're the rubber bullets.
Well, I'm saying like they picked the wrong person to mess with.
Yeah. Yeah, that, you know, one time a woman I was helping from an older couple, and this woman said, he's gonna rob you, he's a nigga, he's gonna rob you, right? And the cop heard her.
Yeah.
And so the people, when she said that, you know, white, you know, They're gonna hurry up and leave. Why'd you do that? He just didn't want to talk to me because the cop heard him. He came over, busted feet, shaking it all like that. You know, like, man, he helped support us out up here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That made me feel great. You know what I mean? But I know most of them.
Yeah.
I don't have no problem. The other guys, like drug guys, they come up here trying to help the people. You know what I mean? Yeah. Trying to get the money. You know what I mean? They take some off. Only when they let stay.
Yeah.
They don't bother. It's a couple of us. You know what I mean? They don't bother us because they know.
I know this other guy named Larry, but he's an outfit who goes over here and does the same kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe if I saw him.
Huh?
Maybe if I saw him, I might know.
Oh yeah. I'm looking for somebody right now actually. He's also used to be a foster kid, but he's not doing so well. But he's out here on the streets. I was trying to give him a thermal shirt. I can't find him. His name's Alex.
Alex?
Alex, yeah.
Not right offhand. If I knew who it was, I'd take it and give it to him when I see him, but
Yeah.
I can't recall. If I saw him, I might.
Yeah.
I probably would, because I know just about everybody.
I've seen him nodding out over around here from time to time, and up Powell Street. So.
Let me think. I know Tony is like that. I know Fishman.
Okay, now here's somebody else I've been looking for years. He might be dead. I don't know. The violin guy. The guy who would play the violin. He didn't know how to play the violin. He had a violin that was getting all ratty.
I haven't seen him in a while.
His family reached out to me and asked to get back in contact. And I went all over the city. I think he must be dead or must have left or something.
Yeah, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him in over a year.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in over a year.
I've been looking for years. He might be dead.
It's been at least a year since I saw him.
Yeah.
And when I saw him, he was up by Union Square.
Okay.
That's where he was when last time I saw him.
He always used to be in the BART station.
Yep. Or the one, or he sometimes he'd be in the BART station, Union Square, or this BART station, or he'd be down at the one on 7th Street.
Yeah.
At that BART station downstairs near the back. You know what I mean?
Man, what? So I used to live in the TL. That BART station was sketchy. I went up one time, and it was late at night, and at the top of the stairs, there's some Latino guys passing back and forth at the gun. And I was already in the middle of the escalator going up. And I was like, if I run down, they're gonna see. So I just had to play it cool and just be like, yeah, what's up?
You do, but always remember this. When you see stuff like that, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Just remember, or the next time. But when you act like that, you know what I mean? Then that draws attention to you. Just like sometimes when I be helping people down here, and the guy said, well, I said, I like to have a tip if you want to help me, but you know you don't have to, right? He said, no, I ain't got nothing. I got cards. Oh, we want them. Don't steal nobody your wallet. I said, if the man don't believe you,
Yeah.
that's his problem, okay? I believe you. You know what I mean? You don't pull out your wallet and steal nobody. You know what I mean? Because that makes people think that you're a chump. You understand?
Yeah.
I know. And plus I'm silly. So I know that kind of stuff, you know? So like I said, now.
Hey, I've been here a lot of times. I've never seen you here before.
I've been here every day for
Wow.
at least 10 years.
Wow, it's crazy.
Every day. Everybody knows me.
Okay. What's your name?
Rock. They call me Rock. My real name is Rodney.
All right,
But
then.
everybody know me as Rock.
Rock.
That's just homeless guy into the information.
There we go.
Yeah.
And next time I see somebody need some help and you're around, I'll lead them your way.
Can you help me out today?
I'm sorry, buddy. I don't have any cash with me.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah. All right, then.
Yeah, good conversation though.
All right, then.
All right, you have a good one,
All right, you
man.
too.
Let's see. Wow, this man is interesting. Harmony Perler Princess, I guess. The text is super teeny. Wow, what a special young man touching on this throat. Well, actually, honestly, tonight I haven't helped anybody yet, but I plan to. I'm gonna go back up to somebody that I talked to earlier and see if he's homeless. And if he is homeless, I'm gonna give him a thermal shirt. These thermal shirts were given to me to give out, and I was told explicitly to use my best judgment. Let me try to get this in. To use my best judgment and to be discerning when I hand them out, so I'm trying to give them to people who actually need them. He reminded me of the young Eddie Murphy, man, with comedy. Happy New Year's! Oh, thank you, Aries Gonzalez. You have any New Year's resolutions? The things that I want to do for the new year are the same things I wanted to do the previous year. You know, get in better shape. I don't know. You know what? I don't really do any New Year's resolutions because why wait for the new year? Why not do it right away? But those are. I saw somebody who looked familiar. But yeah, I guess the main thing would be get in shape because I have been pigging out over this holiday season, eating cookies, eating pies, eating deep dish pizzas, and it's just not healthy. I mean, in the middle of the night, I was peckish, went out and ate 3/4 of a deep dish pizza. And then later that night, trying to lay down and go to sleep, my heart's like doom, 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 doom. So I ended up staying up all night too. So I guess what I would like to do, sleep better, eat better, exercise more. And honestly, I've been doing that. I rode my bike for 5 hours last night. Rode my bike downtown. And it would be nice to also, hopefully, be able to get something to replace my stolen elf. Aren't you lactose intolerant? I am, but they make lactase tablets. So basically, lactose is a milk sugar that 75% of people cannot digest in adulthood. And so it's processed in your intestines. With lactase is an enzyme that breaks down lactose and turns it into traditional sugar. So, yeah, that's all it is. It's not an allergy, so that's all good. But even still, I try to avoid dairy for the most part, other than lactose-free milk, which I drink like a calf. So where's that guy? Oh, I think he might be gone. It was somewhere around here. Alright, let me see. Might have went on the... Was the guy that I talked to, was he in a wheelchair? Because I thought he was right over here. But he's not there any longer. Well, I don't know. You know what? What time is it? I'm going to try to hurry up. It's 7:08. Let me try to give out these thermal shirts before we hit 8 o'clock. Because it's a Sunday night. There's work tomorrow. And, you know, I know you guys need to go to bed too. And I'm sure you guys just don't want to see me faff around forever.
Are you live on Twitch?
Yeah, I sure am. What's going on?
What's up, dude?
Oh, sorry.
Good.
It's not reversed, so it's a little bit hard to center.
Yeah.
Oh, what's your name?
Aiden?
Aiden?
Yeah.
How old are you, Aiden?
16.
Okay.
Yeah, how many followers do you have?
Well, I'm kind of new to Twitch. I'm really from YouTube. YouTube, I got 23,000.
Not bad, not bad.
Here on Twitch, it's a little over 100. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Scrubby.
No. 100,000?
No.
No? Oh,
No,
just
I'm talking about like,
like literally
128. Yeah, something
How
like
many
that.
people are watching you now?
Right now, there are 16 people.
Not bad. There you go. What are they watching for?
So I'm looking for people. I used to be homeless. I'm looking for people who are out here on the street, and there's a lot of people out here on the street, but there's not that many who are out here on the street who are not actively looking for drugs or who don't have a place to stay.
Most of them are just looking for drugs.
95%.
Exactly.
So I'm looking for those few.
5% that don't want drugs.
I'm looking for those few that.
Dude, you're tall as fuck, bro.
I am. People don't believe it.
Crazy.
How tall do you think I
Dude,
am?
he's like 7 feet.
I'm 6'8".
What
Yeah.
the fuck, dude? Yeah, I'm like 6 feet and I feel fucking tiny.
Wow. Yeah.
You are not 6'8", dude. You have to be taller than that.
No, I'm 6'8". That's what it is. I have a little bit extra on top. It's crazy hair, but
Curls, I wish.
so
I'm gonna stop at this block, but
okay.
it's been good talking to you.
You live here in the city?
Yeah, I do. Do you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I live over in Glen Park.
Oh, same, dude.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Like Detroit, like Sunnyside area.
I'm pretty cose to you.
Nice. All right, man.
All right
got
then.
you, bro.
Look
All
for
right.
Lee's channel.
Sure.
All right.
Good luck.
All right. Thank you. Aiden. Oh man, my tell him who does he follow on Twitter. Oh, sorry. See, when I'm talking to people, and especially he was walking quite fast. When I talk to people, I try not to draw attention to the fact that I'm actually filming, and I try to turn and talk to them. So I don't see your comments a lot of the times. You got a temporary sidekick. I sure did. He was going pretty fast, so it accelerated me out of here. Let's see. Hello everyone. Hi Alamo. Okay. That was weird. He started following you and talking to you. Yeah, that's right. You gotta stop and hear stories. Well, that's why I'm giving stuff out. But you know, in reality, if you're really going out and you're really, you know, trying to interact with people, you never know what you're gonna get. You never know if you're going to have a really good conversation with somebody, or, you know, especially when you're dealing with people out here on the streets of San Francisco, you don't know if they're going to suddenly turn on you. You don't know if they're going to, if they're just gonna take whatever you're offering them and then walk off with it, you know? I was with Carlos and he was suggesting to give out cigarettes for a long time. And, you know, I don't smoke and I don't think that's really helping anybody. So I didn't go for it. But eventually he came with me and he was offering cigarettes to people. And for the most part, people would just take the cigarette and just walk off. And there's no way to talk to people. So if this was fake, I would be talking to people all the time. There'd be somebody on every corner. But you literally don't know what's gonna happen every single night. I've been chased out of the Tenderloin. I've seen crazy stuff. I've seen people like, you know, shooting up right in front of me, or smoking crack. I've been hit on stream, although it wasn't caught on the video, but the camera showed. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. I saw, you know, like I said, you don't know what you're gonna see. At the same time, right now I'm trying to specifically look for people who I could offer a thermal shirt to, who would actually benefit from it. So not people who are out scouring the street for drugs or money for drugs, and not people who are out here begging for money but have a place to stay, you know? That's what makes it exciting. Hold on, it's hard for me to see. Conho Man, he lives in San Fran. He does Uber. Cinnabon Man lives there. He does Uber in San Fran. So wait, he has like a stream where he picks people up and talks to them on stream. I am just wandering down the same old area that I'm more familiar with. Yep. Yeah, see, something like that might be a little bit easier. One, because you can have a camera kind of hidden somewhere inside your car. Two, you know people are, for the most part, not going to jack you. And three, for the most part, they're people who are, you know, they're in your car, they're going to be talking to you for the most part. He's a nice guy. He's a big streamer. Yeah, I mean, that's a good concept. It's something kind of similar to what is that, what was that taxi show? The guy would show up. He would drive a taxi in New York. People would hop in, and it would be like a game show the instant they jumped in there. So you can't do that in Uber anyway. It has to be muted, privacy laws. I was thinking that too. But out here on the streets, this is public. So the rules are different, but inside of a car, I don't think it would be considered public property. Fake Taxi, I love that show. Well, you know what? I've seen advertisements for that show. I've never actually watched that show myself. Norge Pipe. Didn't you say you were in middle school? So yeah, I would imagine if he is going around doing that, it would have to not be through Uber. He'd have to just be either offering a free ride to people, or whatever it is. Even if he went to Lyft, he would probably have to tell them like, hey, just so you know, you're being recorded and streamed live. So let me flip it around. When it comes back, it's going to be reversed for you guys again. And I don't think I'm going to mess with it just because it's too difficult. So you guys will get the general gist of things. I don't think you guys need to be reading what's on screen. So anyhow, this is Market Street. And I'm just heading down this way. As you go further towards the bay, there's more and more people who are inside tents, or you know, sleeping out on the street. So for me, if I see somebody sleeping out on the street, that tells me that person definitely could use a thermal shirt, because they're obviously out here on the streets. So let me go try to talk to this guy who was sleeping out under Cafe X. Okay, hold on. You cold, buddy? Under the blanket? You want a thermal shirt? Thermal shirt? Okay. It's big, it's triple XL, so you should be able to wrap yourself up pretty well in that. Hold on, let me try to open it. It's brand new. Here you go, buddy. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry the wind caught it. No problem. So. I heard some crazy stories over here at this 7-Eleven here. But yeah, that's that's one hell of a clientele there. Hold on. Okay, finally it switched. Hope he gets the necessary resources to help him. Well, you know, a lot of the people who are out here on the street, it's not about resources. Because, hold on. Wow, there was that one guy crossing the street who was holding things up. So yeah, you know, I said it before. Okay, hold on. Yeah, buddy. But yeah, 95% of the people here in San Francisco who are out on the streets, according to an official survey, are addicts. And you know, of those addicts, a very large proportion are severely mentally ill. I hear screaming the other side. They're screaming behind me, and I hear screaming over that way. Yeah, you know, it's not really about resources when somebody is an addict. You know, it really there needs to be, you know, something more holistic to try to deal with the issues that led them to addiction in the first place. You give them a place to stay, you give them clothes, you give them food, and nothing is going to change their current situation. I mean, you give them a place to stay and they'll just go ahead and continue to use in that place. They try to rip off what they can when they're over there. I don't know what the heck that was. I don't know, maybe the stream cut out and popped back in. Did officers find bike? So no, they did not find my bike. They they haven't come back with anything. All I know is that it's been transferred to a burglary department. I've just tried to gather the paperwork and see if I could try to find if there's any way, like any insurance or anything, can help make up for the loss. Somebody started following. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. So I did not see that on screen. Let me show activity feed. Okay, Brookie 152 1986. Thank you for following. Oh, I'm sorry. This is beta software. Oops. Alerts are visible. Okay. Show chat. So it's, you know, a lot of this stuff has not been completely ironed out yet. Were there any other comments or anything else? What do you say about the other 5%? Well, the official survey said 95% are addicts. That other 5% are, I would consider not confirmed addicts. But, you know, I'm sure there are people who are temporarily homeless. People who, due to circumstance, are they're in between places. They're staying at a friend's house. They're living in their car. They pop into a homeless shelter until they can get themselves back on their feet, get a job or whatever. Maybe they are disabled and can no longer work and have to live inside public housing.
That hard white!
But yeah, I mean, there are people who have mental illness that is not caused from drug usage. So those people may not have a family to take care of them as well. Yep. So right behind me is where I normally see some people. This has been not very productive. I guess maybe I've been too maybe I'm being too tight with my requirements to give the stuff out to. But I don't know why they're waving to me, but I figure I'd wave back. So I'm gonna walk down to the ferry building, and then I'm gonna walk back up, and I'm gonna try to keep my eyes peeled for anybody who looks like they're, you know what, I see a tent. Let me go over there. Sometimes people steal shopping carts and they'll just put like a blanket over it. So that might be what that is. That way they can keep their stuff. Something's going on over here. All right then, so there might be somebody sleeping in a wheelchair. But sometimes people just put their stuff down over here. Let me see if anyone's in there. You need a thermal shirt, buddy? So someone is in there under that tarp. That tarp is not breathable. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising if he died from suffocation under there. I mean, that was, you know, a plastic tarp he had wrapped around his head and the rest of his body. So I did give out one shirt, so I think I have two more to give out. And then the next time I stream, I've got 3 more shirts to give out, and then that'll be that. On to the next adventure. Next thing to give out. I liked being able to give out fresh socks, because that's something that people go through. That's something that people use. It doesn't have a lot of resale value, and it's something that I could give out, you know, as my, you know, just wherever I was. So that was pretty cool, and there was no real pressure to try to strike up conversation with people. I just go by, give socks. Every once in a while somebody would stop and try to talk to me. Wow, there's nothing going on over here. What do you guys think? Do you guys prefer it over here on Twitch? Or do you guys think that I should try to make YouTube work again? I like... Well, I mean, I like being left alone, not having any problems. But one thing I like about YouTube is that after something is up, theoretically, if they're not suppressing your views, they could have somebody could just come across your stuff years later, and there would be everything there to view. Here on Twitch, if it's not seen within 2 weeks, it disappears.
Hey, buddy in the tent, you want a thermal shirt? Free thermal shirt.
No response. I'm on Twitch all day with 6 streams up. Jesus Christ, it's like the Matrix. Let's see, January, everyone's still away. YouTube, you can delete the YouTubes. I know you can delete. I'm saying I like the fact that you could keep them up. I have no problem deleting them. I like Twitch, Norwich Pal. After you stream, I know I could delete it up. I don't want to. I like to keep it up. Go rogue, create your own platform. Yeah, that's not... I mean, first of all, there's no discoverability. Secondly, I mean, that would cost money. And video hosting costs a lot of money. And I had another thing, but I got distracted. Sorry. You can highlight other full VODs or parts and they will stay up. You can also upload your Twitch streams to YouTube. Also create a backup YouTube account. Well, you know what? I have multiple YouTube accounts. But I don't know. See, YouTube has made it to where you cannot stream mobile unless you have 1,000 subscribers, I think. So that puts a huge barrier to having an additional channel. It feels really short-sighted, but they're trying to crush all the small creators. They just constantly making these rules. Used to be everyone could be a partner. Then they made it that you had to have 1,000 subscribers, 10,000 hours of watch time per month, and I don't know. I think there's and then even after that you had to be individually approved. I think that's how it still is. But yeah, you used to be able to stream no problem. Now you can only stream if you have 1,000 subscribers again. So. Ever ride the J Church? Oh, I used to ride the J all the time. Wow, so I walked all the way down the street here. Let me show you guys where I'm at. So I walked all the way down. There's the Bay Bridge. There is the ferry building. There is some building with a bunch of lights on it. And no homeless people. There's a woman who yells at me every time I walk past. Let me try to walk past, see if I get yelled at. Let's see. Yes, they are. That's more impinging on the First, infringing on the First Amendment. Be careful with Google. I've heard people getting their entire Google account deleted, emails, everything. So
yeah, I nearly got my entire channel deleted for videos that were years old. You know, what happens is some big time YouTuber will go ahead and do something like taser a rat, or go into a forest in Japan known for suicides and find somebody dead, and then all the little guys will suddenly be hit by the hammer. And so things that were okay and well within their guidelines, and me just doing my own normal thing, suddenly is no good, and I'm getting content strikes for things that happened years ago, that were okay at the time. Yeah, I was one strike away from getting my entire channel deleted. At that time, I was anonymous on my own channel. People didn't know who I was. I never made my face available. It was only about, you know, the subject that I was seeing. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that'll always be a risk, being on Google. Exited after January 29th. Market Street becomes car free. Oh, excited. Yes, I am. That should be interesting. I'll come by and check it out. That's actually illegal. What is actually illegal? They shouldn't be able to retroactively change rules. Well, you know what? It's their domain. You know what upsets me? I went on my own channel and made a little highlight of a live stream where I talked about when I was held hostage as a youth in a homeless youth shelter, and that was deemed unsuitable content, and yeah, I got penalized.